Okay, let's dive into this really powerful story of courage. It's a story that comes to us from way back in ancient history, but it asks the question that is, well, incredibly relevant to all of our lives today. You know that feeling, right? When you feel like you're caught in a totally impossible position. On one side, you've got your job, your duties, all the things you're supposed to do. But on the other, there's this pull, this feeling in your gut telling you what's right. And that's the real battle, isn't it? You see something happening that's just wrong. Maybe someone's getting treated unfairly, and the safe thing to do? Say nothing, just keep your head down. But your conscience, it just won't let you rest. And that question just keeps nagging at you. If I speak up, what happens to me? My job? My reputation? Could I lose everything? Now, this isn't just some abstract idea we're talking about. This is the real, everyday reality for so many people. It's the whistleblower who finds out their company is cutting corners, or the employee who sees their coworker getting bullied by a manager. It's for anyone who's ever had to choose between what's easy and what's right. And let's be really clear here. That fear is 100% valid. The risks are absolutely real. And yet, sometimes that little voice telling you to do the right thing, it just gets louder and louder until it's more urgent than the one telling you to play it safe. But here's the thing. This struggle we face today, it's not new at all. In fact, you can find stories all through history of people who faced this exact same dilemma. And one of the most powerful ones comes from the book of Exodus, and it's all about two incredibly courageous women. Their names were Shiphrah and Puah, and as midwives, they were caught right in the middle, between the fear of an all-powerful ruler and their sacred duty to protect innocent life. Now, to really get the weight of the decision they had to make, we have to go back to ancient Egypt, because they were given a terrifying command directly from Pharaoh himself. I mean, just try to imagine the absolute power of Pharaoh. His word was law. Whatever he said happened. And Shiphrah and Puah, they worked for him. They were basically state employees. And the state, personified by the most powerful man on the planet, was ordering them to do something truly unthinkable. Disobeying? That wasn't just about getting fired. That was risking their own lives. So the choice in front of them couldn't have been more clear. You've got path A, the safe choice. Follow orders, stay alive, avoid any trouble. And then you have path B, the right choice. Defy the command, protect the innocent, and risk absolutely everything. So what did they do? Well, when Pharaoh called them in and demanded to know why they weren't following his orders, they didn't just refuse. No, they came up with this incredibly clever, totally defiant response. They basically lied right to the face of power. It was a calculated risk, an act of civil disobedience, all to save lives. And that right there is the heart of this whole story. This wasn't something that just happened to them. They made a conscious choice. They chose courage because they knew deep down that they had a higher moral responsibility, one that was way more important than any command from an earthly ruler. So their story gives us this profound lesson, a masterclass really, on what it truly means to be courageous when you're facing overwhelming fear. You know, I think we sometimes get this idea that courage is about not being afraid, but that's not what this story teaches us. Anyone would be terrified in that situation. Real courage is feeling that fear, acknowledging it, and taking action anyway. It's acting despite the fear because you're motivated by something bigger, like love or justice or faith. By putting their own safety on the line, they were honoring that higher calling. And what their story shows us is that risk and responsibility, they aren't just burdens we have to carry. They're actually these incredible opportunities to grow, to build our character, and to become protectors for other people. Okay, so how do we take this amazing ancient story and actually apply it to our own lives, right here and right now? Well, just like Shiphrah and Puah, we are all called to act when we see something that's not right. It happens all the time, in our offices, at school, even in our own families. These little moments pop up where the choice we make can actually protect someone who's vulnerable. And it's really a process, right? It's not just one big dramatic thing. First, you have to actually open your eyes and see the need. Then, you gotta be honest with yourself and acknowledge the risk. And finally, you have to make that conscious decision to choose courage over comfort. At the end of the day, it really boils down to the same basic choices that the midwives had to make. When you're feeling that fear, are you gonna choose faith? When you're faced with a rule that's just wrong, are you gonna choose morality over just going along with it? And when your own safety is on the line, Are you gonna choose love for someone else over just protecting yourself? So the question this story really leaves us with is a very personal one. Today, in your world, who can you protect? Who can you stand up for, even if it's risky? Because it's in those moments when we make that choice that we discover what we're really made of.